Da-da-da! We have a winner! Look at the winner!
Hey, I'm Mike.
What'd you play, Mike?
I played Jinzo Return.
Ooh.
Future Fusion came back, and this is the best deck for Future Fusion.
That was a very good...
I was very firm that my Rectus deck was going to be a
Yeah.
Your deck is very good. I was very impressed and depressed at the same time.
Thank you.
The only
Alright,
card
well,
that
I'll
I
let you get into it.
Cool. So 3 Jinzo. Jinzo's Jinzo.
Perfect.
3 Psychic Bouncer. On normal summon, it searches Jinzo. It also has a battle effect. If your opponent attacks another monster you control, you could destroy this and the attacking monster. So it helps a little bit with like the attack, but mainly it searches Jinzo. That's good for like the Machina cards.
Sure.
And then 3 Jinzo Returner. When it's sent to the graveyard, you can summon Jinzo. It dies in the end phase. The attack directly came up today in a 1-minute game, but otherwise summoning Jinzo is very good, especially on your opponent's turn. You can summon Jinzo, keep it there, or just summoning Jinzo and stopping traps for the turn.
And then I'm sure this will all tie together when
This will all tie together in the
a
end.
certain spell card that uses them.
For the Machinas, because they're very, very good, 3 and 3, you can equip your frame to Jinzo to protect him in the end phase from Returner's effects. So that's really good as well. I played 3 Rescue Rabbit, which summons 3 X-Head Cannon. The reason why this is good is because of 3 Vic Viper. This was a new card added. Whenever your monster battles an opponent's monster, whether it's their turn or your turn, on attack declaration, you can summon it. It gives all light machines you control plus 1200. So this goes to 3k. Psychic Bouncer goes to 29. You can boost each other if you have multiple in the field. But mostly it just comes up to summon, you make Utopia, or you just make your cards very big and
So
you attack.
what's very good about that card is even when you do your plays and all that, you make Utopia. Normally he gets banished when he's removed from the field, and when you make Utopia, he goes to the graveyard. And what's important about that is you can summon this card from the hand or the graveyard. So very, very good.
Very good, indeed. And then 2 Cyber Dragon. Cyber Dragon's very good, but also you need it for Future Fusion. And it's also a light monster for Vic Viper.
Oh, that's just some random art I found online.
Some hand traps, triple Maxi, triple Veiler, Gores and Trag. These cards are important because you don't really play any defensive cards. And because Future Fusion's back, I assume there would be some faster paced decks with Mind Master as well. So I figured playing these were pretty safe. They were indeed.
Cool.
That's it for monsters. For spells, Future Fusion, you reveal Chimera Tech Over Dragon. It's
not here, but imagine a card.
It's not here.
You make a fusion that you can dump as many machines as you want.
It takes a Cyber Dragon plus any amount of machine monsters. The effect of it doesn't really matter, but because of Future Fusion, you get to send pretty much all your machines to the graveyard to summon it. And basically what you do is you send your Jinzo Returners and your Jinzos, and then your Vic Vipers, and you can send your Machina cards. You can summon back the Machina cards later, you can summon these back later, but when these 3 are sent, it summons all your Jinzos back. So off of the 1 Future Fusion, you automatically get 3 Jinzo. And then if you're battling a monster, you get a Vic Viper too. And if you have machines in your hand, you can summon this back too. It's unfair, it summons too many cards. In case the Chimera does get summoned, it's 800 attack times the amount of material you use to make it. So usually it's about like 10k attack, and it attacks for however many material you use to make it, so it'll attack 10, 12 times. Yeah, unfair. For the other spells, I just played every spell that was really good. So Avarice, Limit Removal, Heavy, Trinade, and MST.
Not very.
Well, I'm sure you'd love to talk about the extra deck and side deck, so I'll let you do it. But I was very impressed with your ingenuity.
The extra deck, for Utopia, you just make the Vic Vipers or some of the other level 4s. Just keeps you in the game. 1 Tyrus and 1 Adrius, just because they come up with a Cyber Dragon sometimes, but you kind of just have the space in the extra deck. I have 2 of these, but 1 should have been the Over Dragon. Because you play the Cyber Dragons, if there's any other machine decks, you just make this. And for synchros that don't really come up, but just in case, Catastor, Goyo, Brio, Black Rose, Colossal, Scrap, Stardust, and Trish.
And your 2 are just being a Vic Veiler?
Correct. And for the side deck, 3 Lancia, It helps against system down, which I assume everyone's going to side in because my whole deck is machines.
Extremely cute. I like that.
It's also good against agents, any of the fairy decks, chaos decks as well. But other than that, yeah, it protects your guys. One honest, just because I wanted something else that would help in the matchup against big problematic cards that 3,000 can't get over, or also in time, or also Thunder King's a problem sometimes.
I like it. I actually, I thought you were going to main it, so I'm
If I had the space, I definitely should
yeah, I
have.
get it. It's very tight when you have the little package in there.
And then one extra Side Dragon, one Dark Hole, just for decks that pretty much summon Thunder King and other problematic monsters, Spirit Reaper's another problematic one. For the traps, I played one return, same theory with Lancia, but also since your Vic Vipers get banished, you can just summon those back. That came up in the game where I just summoned only Vic Vipers back, and that was very fun.
Cool.
To Decree, you can't have enough back row hate, and that goes with 3-mana Cat. And then my favorite side deck card, 3 Fiend Comedian.
Interesting. I will say, every time I read that card, I think, oh wow, this is amazing. And then I never put it on my side deck, and now we're 10 years later.
So
Fiend Comedian, you toss a coin. If you call it right, you banish your opponent's whole graveyard. So that comes up with the really aggressive decks. If you call it wrong, you mill cards from the top of your deck equal to whatever's in your opponent's grave. So even if you mill, you have a chance to mill the Jinzo returners and the Jinzos, or just setting up your grave with Vic Viper or the Machina cards. So either way, you're gonna win.
Cool. Anything else you'd like to tell the people at home?
Future Fusion is very, very good.
Anything else? Or that's it. That's it.
Shout out to everyone at the meta.
All right.
Shout out to the judge crew. You know who you are.
Thank you again.